All right, good evening, everybody. My name is Betty Francisco, and I'm the co-founder of Amplify Latinx, a nonprofit social venture whose mission is to build economic and political power for the Latino community in Massachusetts. Through our Power Up Latinx business program, we support Latino-owned businesses through connections, access to resources, capital, and social networks. So I want to welcome you to the second session of our 4-part webinar series on social media marketing to increase your sales and brand awareness. This is an English and Spanish webinar series for small businesses that will run for the next 3 weeks. We had our first session last week, which was recorded and is available, so we can email that to any of you who may have missed it. Our session today is on social media content tools that work. And I'm really excited about this session because there's some good apps that we're going to show you and ways that you can create cool content very, very easily. Now, these sessions build on each other. There's this session today and then 2 more in the next 2 weeks. So we encourage you to attend those. And just give me 1 second. A couple more people I have to let in. Okay. So the series that we're presenting was created as part of the Latino Business Resilience Program that Amplify Latinx, the Enterprise Center, and Surfside Capital Advisors have been running for the past few months. We currently have 35 businesses in this program, and practically all of them told us that they wanted more training and best practices on social media marketing. So we developed this program in partnership with Hispanic Market Solutions and Higher Dreams, and we're really excited to have them serving as our partners for this program. So before we start, I want to thank our funders, Mass Growth Capital Corp, LISC Boston, and the Boston Foundation for their generous support of this program. And now I want to introduce you to Eduardo Crespo. He is a longtime collaborator of Amplify Latinx. He's the founder and CEO of Hispanic Market Solutions based in Lawrence, Massachusetts. Hispanic Market Solutions is a multilingual communications company that helps businesses and nonprofits understand, reach, and service the Latino multicultural communities in Massachusetts and beyond. Eduardo, welcome back. Thank you again for being with us. Take it away.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Betty, and thank you to everyone that is participating in this workshop series. It is really remarkable the work that Betty and the the sponsoring companies and partners are doing to help emerging businesses, organizations, companies to have a better appreciation, understanding, and applicability of social media and digital marketing to their companies and/or concerns. I would like to introduce now my good friend and colleague, Sanibel Melo, who is the founder and CEO of Higher Dreams, which is a bilingual English and Spanish digital marketing company. And she is a recognized expert in helping businesses leverage the power of social media to increase their sales. Sanibel is a trailblazer, a highly successful entrepreneur that has received numerous awards for her creativity and empowerment of women-owned businesses. She's going to be the person leading the conversation. I hope you will enjoy it and participate and really benefit from not only her wisdom, but also sharing her anecdotes about the different companies that she's helping in pursuing and growing their American dream. So Sanibel, take it on. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Eduardo. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for giving of your time to work on your business. Many times we work in our business instead of on our business. So this is the time for you so you can learn something new or maybe make things better for yourself. Thank you so much for having me. I'm going to go over some logistics. So attendees will be muted during the session, except during exercises and Q&A. To ask questions, you may use the raise your hand, you may use the chat, and we will read your question and interact with you. The session will be recorded, and we'll have a survey for you that will be sent to you so you can so we can get your feedback, and you will also get a chance to win a $25 Amazon gift card when you fill out the survey. We will choose one winner per week. So we already chose the winner this week, and she confirmed she will be here today, but I will share that towards the end. And we also have another prize for the most engaged. So this is a social media workshop, and we hope that you will be able to engage with us, connect with us, interact with us, and have a chance to win a $50 Amazon gift card when you do 3 simple steps. So we're going to share something, you're going to share something that you learned, very simple, and tag Amplify Latinx and Higher Dreams team on Instagram, and use the hashtag #PowerUpLatinxBiz. So I hope that you learn something new and share it with others. So we're going to conduct a quick poll where I'm going to get to know a little bit about you. I know that there's a very diverse group here. Some people have their own businesses that are here. I was reading in the chat, and also you're here on behalf of your company. I wanted to just quickly add the poll. Do you offer a product or a service, and what type of social media platforms do you use?
So Zanibel, we don't have the poll enabled. So if you haven't already in the chat, please put your name, your business, and a little blurb of what you do, what you focus on, and include there whether you offer a product or a service. And then for everyone, if you could just throw out what social media platforms you use in the chat.
So add the social media platforms that you're currently using right now in the chat. Okay. A service, Facebook, Instagram. So similar dynamic as the first session. So Facebook and Instagram seem to be at the top. Okay. Oh, somebody's using Pinterest, Twitter, Pinterest, and YouTube all. Thank you for sharing. Okay, so we have one that's currently not using any social media at this time. All right, thank you very much. So the next question is which content tools do you use? So what I mean is, do you use any content generating applications on your phone? And these could be Ripple, Canva, or any other tool, or if you don't use any content producing tools right now. Okay, somebody's using Canva. Okay, none. Okay, somebody downloaded Canva but hasn't used it yet. We're gonna use it today. And that's the next thing we're gonna do. We're gonna download a couple of apps. And Canva is our main design tool. Thank you, Tariana, for sharing that. Okay, no social media yet. I'm working on it. Okay. Thank you for sharing. So my next question, are you using any social media management platform or tool? And what I mean is, do you use platforms like Hootsuite, Facebook Creative Studios, any platform where you manage multiple social media? Okay, no platforms used, no. Okay, one person uses Buffer, okay. So most of you, okay. So we're going to save a lot. Okay, so we're gonna save a lot of time because I know I see a lot of people using multiple platforms, but not consolidating it in one place. So we're going to see how that works today. and one person uses a regular Facebook page to post. Okay. Okay, great. So you're going to learn a lot today because we're going to use these tools. So before that, I want to recap on last week very, very quickly. And I hope you have a pen or pencil and something to write with, or you can open another tab, listen and write, because you're going to need all of these tips and tools to be able to make your work better, get more clients online. And it is possible to get the clients that you need online. So the agenda, we're going to do a recap on session 1. We're going to work on an editorial calendar that I shared on the first session. We're going to pull it up and review it, and then we're going to come back to it. I'm going to come back to this editorial calendar at least 3 times, and we're going to work on it a little bit. We're going to then transition into what to post. Some people feel confused or don't know what to post, but we're going to work on that. We're going to develop your content strategy, what works, what doesn't work, and the frequency that you're going to do it. We're going to find out when your followers are online so they can be able to see your content, what you're sharing. And we're going to explore content creation and management tools so you can save time and money when you are managing your social media. So I like to add this disclaimer in here because last year was the year where we had the most updates in social media, and due to Apple and their new iPhone release, there's going to be even more updates. So whatever that you learned here, if you go back a week from now and maybe you went to the settings and can't find something, most likely it was moved somewhere else. And the way that you can find out, believe it or not, is to, when you do a search online, make sure that if you're looking for something, you put the date. You know, if you go back to what we discussed today in maybe August, you can put, you know, I'm looking for, just to put it out there, the share button, you know, on Instagram. That was, you know, how do I do it? With a third-party application, for example, and you can just put August 2021, and then it'll tell you where it was moved. So I like to put this disclaimer there, so that way you are aware that it changes all the time. So we're gonna download, some of you have these apps already downloaded. Maybe one person had, well, not one person, I had like 3 or 4 people had Canva already. We're working with Canva, and that's great. We're gonna explore other options as well for you. I want you to also download Ripple, and I'm gonna give you a little bit of time. As you're downloading this onto your phone, I am going to go ahead and do a brief recap of last week, but I need you to download these. So if you want to follow along with me, you can. I'm also going to, a few of these are also available on the desktop, but we're always on the run. We're always on the go. And if we need something quickly, we'll most likely will do it on the phone. So I will show you a few things on the desktop, but most likely you're going to be doing most of the posting and creating and all that stuff from your phone. All right, so if you need to take a little picture just so you can have the icon in mind when you're downloaded, you're welcome to do that. Okay,
I'll
so
put these in the chat too.
sorry.
So, I'll put these in the chat so people remember.
Okay, great, thank you so much. All right, so all of these series, they build on each other. So if you missed last week we talked about perhaps rethinking our business model. A lot of companies had to rethink how they were doing business last year, launch new products, seek a problem in the market and provide a solution, perhaps add value to the products or services that they were offering the market right now. Perhaps you had to adjust your prices because the market was sensitive, to the prices that you had, or maybe your competitors met the prices of your product and you had to pivot your business. You had to pivot your business model. Your business model usually is not divorced from your digital strategy, and it shouldn't be divorced, because online, due to all of these digital innovations and privacy issues and the updates that Apple has done, requiring all of these social media apps to ask the user whether they should be tracked or not, is putting a little dent on how social media companies make money. 90% of the way that they make money is tracking your behavior online, and they serve you, an ad. So 90% of their revenue is through advertisement. And because that is restrained right now through the updates that Apple has done, now you're going to be forced to push your products. They're developing shops right now to push your products online and make money, make up that money that they lost like that. So you have to take a look at your cost structure, and that's part of your business model on how you're going to push your products online. So we also talked about smarter objectives. Your objectives, they need to be specific. A lot of people, they know that they need to be on social media, but they just launch it, but they don't take the time to think, okay, what do I want to get out of it? So you need to sit down and think, what is it that you want to get out of social media? You need to know what methods of measurement you're going to be using. You also need to know, you need to assign a person. Is it going to be yourself that is going to be managing it? Is it going to be your assistant? It has to be assignable. You have to define those objectives. You have to have timed objectives. Where are you going to reach your goals? What are you going to use to evaluate your goals and review your goals? We also took a look at what your competitors were doing. That was actually part of your homework. That was towards the end, what type of content they're sharing. Because sometimes when you take a look at your competitors, there may be an area of opportunity for you. If they're not sharing videos, for example, which is very hot right now, then that's an area of opportunity for you that you need to, invest in producing your own videos and launching your own videos, or sharing, even if it's videos, live shows. It's great. And also finding your brand's voice, your brand's personality. Do you want to be funny? Do you want to, promote that you're luxurious? I mean, what type of voice do you want your brand to have? How do you want others to perceive you? So all of those things we talked about last week. And the most important thing is all of that is reaching your target, your target audience. Your target audience, what is it that they're going to be consuming? How do you find them? We also did a little exercise on, if your followers were the right followers for you. Are your followers directly connected on your customer profile? And we did the little exercise, and that's important as well. So when you are trying to post something, it's better to observe first, to find your brand's voice. I follow Wendy's through Twitter, and they're very ballsy because they're in direct competition with McDonald's, and they're super funny with customers and also their competitors. And you see here, McDonald's posted, today we have announced that by mid-2018, all quarter pounder burgers at the majority of our restaurants will be cooked with fresh meat. And then Wendy responds, so you will still be using free beef and frozen beef in most of your burgers and all of your restaurants, asking for a friend. And they not only do this with their competitors. When you go to their Twitter feed, if that's your ideal platform. You will notice that they also do it with their customers. And on Instagram. So TSA, I also follow TSA on Instagram, and I learned about how TSA communicates with the general public and their voice and everything. When I had a training in Miami, and they shared this, and I thought that it was so great. When they share that TSA has a very particular brand voice towards, and it's funny as well as Wendy's. And they talk about, you need to be patient with our TSA officers if you're bringing a VCR, because some of these officers do not know what a VCR is. So be kind and be patient. So I thought that was very unique and different. And you can think about your brand's voice by observing what others are posting. I like to observe larger brands and how they do things, because you can make it your own. So before posting, you need an editorial calendar. You need to think about the type of content that you're going to put out there. I'm going to share this link so you can, on the chat, so you can open it up and copy and paste it. Let me see. I'm gonna share it here, because we're gonna come back to that editorial calendar multiple times, and I'm gonna open it right here. So last week, I also shared this editorial calendar, and I asked some of you, at least the ones that came back, not to worry about hashtags, because we're going to talk a little bit about hashtags a little later. But I wanted you to think about and maybe brainstorm, and we're going to work in groups here as well. Every day of the week, what type of topic you would like to share. And I just wanted to find out what, and if you're doing social media right now, what have you been doing? So you can also add what have you been doing on each day of the week. If you have been adding your call to action on your posts, what do you want the user, when they see your post, what do you want them to do? Do you want them to call? Do you want them to download an app? Do you want them to go to your Instagram bio to take to register, to buy something? What do you want them to do? That is very important. And usually in your caption and your post, that part is mostly missing. What will be your published times? And we're going to take a look on this session on where you can find your followers, who like their most active times. We're going to go over that today. But you can tell me what times of the day have you been publishing these pieces of content. And then, are you going to use an image or a video? And take a look at your own profiles and let me know. You can add here, are you using more images, more videos? Perhaps you're using more text. I know people, when they're on Facebook, they use a lot of text. And that's why a lot of the younger generation, and I'm not saying like young, under 20s, no, like 35-year-olds between 35 and 38 have gone away because they say that it's boring, it's too much text, or at least the organic reach with content. Take a look, maybe you're just having too much text and not enough images or videos. And where are you publishing? I know that some of you are doing it all across the board. You have all of your platforms, but most of you are doing Facebook and Instagram. So take a look quickly on your phone, or if you're on your desktop or your laptop, just you can quickly open another tab and take a look, or just take a look on your phone and see what you have been publishing, and just let us know. So I want to give you a couple ideas, especially for those of you that haven't published yet. There are a few of you that do not have social media, and you're thinking of using social media and doing some and publishing some content. So what to post, develop your content strategy, determine your content mix. So you can start with this mix. So a third promotes your business, a third shares ideas and stories from thought leaders and people in leadership in your industry, and a third original, your own original content or user-generated content. And what we mean in marketing when you say user-generated content is if a follower or individual tagged you with your product, using your product, drinking your product, doing anything with your product, you share that and you use that as content for your Instagram or your Facebook. Or if you want to create your own original, you can do that too, as far as testimonial videos that you can do that are really, really powerful. So this is the content mix. You can have a nice balance with it and start off this way. That way you don't have selling more than anything else, because social media is about being social. It's about building a community. That is what it's all about. It's not about too much, you have to be creative when you're pushing your sales, not to be very pushy, because a lot of us don't even like to be sold to in real life. Can you imagine on social media as well? You don't want people to leave you. So just make sure that you have a good mix. This doesn't necessarily apply to individual influencers. So if you are an individual that are trying to be an influencer, all that you're doing is creating original content. And what the company that is going to hire you to promote their product, they're going to look at the type of followers that are attracted to you. And then they're going to say, okay, her followers or his followers fit our customer profile. So we're going to hire her to promote, our glasses or our clothes or, anything like that. So they will see, and there's softwares for this that have been developed to, first of all, make sure that the individual influencers, their followers are not fake, that their followers fit the right customer profile before, they hire you and give you money to promote their product or service. %, should be useful content to your community, and it helps your followers understand your product or service. And it can be in the form of education, just showing them how to use your product. Why is it better? You can use explainer videos as well. And at the same time, you also need to entertain. And how do you entertain? There's a lot of tools that we're going to explore on the Instagram stories next week on how you can share content and at the same time entertain your audience, because there has been a lot of development in the area of augmented reality technology, and I am going to share that with you next week on how you can use that to entertain your audience as well. As well as you're selling. So 20% is explicitly promoting your product or service, and you offer your occasional discount. A lot of people that offer a product or service, they align themselves with a particular holiday to do that. One of the drawbacks of that, though, is that if your customer profile is price sensitive, then they're gonna wait until you release the offer to be able to buy. So that's why you have to be careful with that. So what to post? A lot of marketing is, and even non-digital marketing is all about trial and error. So you have to find out what works for you and what resonates with your audience. Don't think about what somebody else, it's doing and, how many followers they have and all that kind of stuff. Just do your own thing, be original, be authentic, be creative, be innovative. And these are some of the things that you could post. A whole list I'll share with you here so you can take a picture if you need to, because it will be pretty hard to write down all of them, but you can take a picture with your phone or a screenshot with your laptop or desktop. And the way that you will find out which type of content is working for you is through looking through your insights. So last week we went through the section of the insights on, you know, how many people were following us and who they were, if they were male, how many male and female were they located, what, and also on Facebook it added another part where it said what their likes are. So you will find at the bottom of all of that, and I'll show you how to find it. At the bottom, you will see, wow, this post was more effective than another post. So, and you will see it on the insights part of your Instagram and also on your Facebook, but you won't know that until you start testing and just try things differently. I've seen a lot of people on Instagram just post the same thing, and sometimes you have to switch it up a little bit because people can get bored unless they're there to get some sort of information from you that is valuable for them. So make sure that you take a screenshot of this and then start testing. Now, posting a special content on holidays or observed dates. There's a lot of things that have been going on in the past year or so, and you have to be careful when you're posting, because your company, what your company values, it has to align with these holidays, and you have to be meaningful, authentic, genuine when you're doing it. Just don't do it because everybody else is doing it, because your followers will know and they will see that. So just make sure that, for example, in the Mental Health Awareness Week, I have a client that it's called, they offer health services, and they're called Hispanic Counseling Services. And they have about 5 different locations, and they do a whole series for the Mental Health Awareness Week. I share, she's doing wonderful things. She was actually one of the organizations that gave support to the shooting of the gay and lesbian that happened in Orlando. So align yourself with meaningful observed dates. Also, if you sell a product, it's mostly, if you sell a product, it's mostly, or you're in retail, they're mostly commercialized. So you don't have to worry too much when you're selling a product, because everything will be you pre-thought. So you know that you're going to launch this on, Independence Day or Memorial Day, or you're going to be doing, something with your product on those days. Think before you post as well. We live in a very sensitive political climate. So you have to make sure that when you take a stance, you are sure, about that stance. Okay. So I just want to put it out there, because a lot of companies get themselves in trouble when they do that. And you just need to be certain before you post on these days that your values align. So we're going to develop your content strategy, but before that, like I mentioned before, we're going to observe a couple of brands on Instagram. And let me see, my phone decided to update at the wrong time, and I usually share my phone. So I'm gonna let my phone update, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and share these different accounts on the desktop instead. You see here. See, that's what this is my phone. It's updating. So I'm gonna put it away, and then hopefully it'll be done by the time we're doing the training. So we're going to go ahead and open a couple of Instagram accounts. So Amplify was kind enough to share some accounts with us that are specifically in Massachusetts. So we're gonna go ahead and look at Peachbox, and these are small businesses that are doing great as far as branding themselves. So right here, if you notice, I want you to invest in professional images and professional pictures, because if you are offering a good quality service or product, it needs to show, because psychologically people know, like, let's say if you go to a website and the website has pixelated images, and it doesn't have a lot of information, perhaps you will feel scared to do business with a company that doesn't put time and effort and love to the things that they're doing. So they have a really neat mix of content. So they have multiple pictures that they're sharing here. So they do not have only one post. So and on Instagram, you can share up to 10 pictures. And you can also share some reels. So don't stick to only one thing, because you have so many ways in which you can share content and information that is relevant to your audience. So they're doing a giveaway here, and notice that they stay in their brand message. Everything that they do have their brand colors and their brand message. So another thing that you will notice here, the next phase for this company, because they're selling a product, it will be to connect. I also reviewed their profile on the phone, and the next step for them will be to launch their product to be bought directly in the Instagram app. So that will be the next step for them. But if you take a look, it's very beautiful, very clean. It's a minimalistic design. So you have to choose how you want others to perceive you. Are you going to be minimalistic? Are you going to have, more videos than anything else? So I want you to think about that. Also, these highlights right here, when you're developing highlights as part of your content to showcase your product or services, choose the first 5, because in anything that you do, whether you're building a website or you're putting content online, specifically on Instagram's highlights, people usually see the first 5 highlights. I see people that have like 15 different highlights full of content, and they usually don't take a look at all of those. Just choose 5 of the most important things that you want people to know about your business and stick with that. You'll see here, they haven't developed too much their Instagram TV, and that's okay, because you can do this one step at a time. So you start with posting, and then for posting, you kind of graduate, to the next step, and add. We call it a carousel, when you add, your slides with multiple images. And then after that, perhaps you're going to add in a reel, which is easier than doing an Instagram TV video. So you do things little by little. Maybe one week you do one and another week you do another. But I will show you how you can do all of these other types of content next week. So today we're going to focus mostly on how you can do posts, how you can do some perhaps standalone video posts, and also how you can make beautiful designs with some applications that I will share with you shortly. So let's take a look at Las Palmas restaurant. It's another Boston right here company is is a restaurant and catering. If you notice here, they have catering as the first highlight, and that's very smart because there's a lot of money to be made in restaurants when they offer catering, and they have that as their first highlight. And if you notice, they also add multiple pictures. This icon right here that has the little square, it tells me that there's more pictures that needs to be seen. And they highlight their food that they're offering. Another thing that I noticed about this profile is that in their link, it goes directly to order. Let me move this top thing. With restaurants, it's very, very important that you focus on the food. And there's some restaurants that have that do not only offer food, but they also offer events. And in that case, just have a section of the ambience of your restaurants when you're going to have events at night or during the weekend. And you can do that through video, you can do that through the reels, and you can do that through a series of do a collage or some pictures. So we'll do collages and pictures here as well, so you know how to make that happen for yourself. The last one that I wanted to show you is a marketing agency. I know someone in the chat does marketing and video production and things like that. So I am going to show this one because it pertains to you, my dear. Let me see here. Proverb agency. If you notice, most of these small businesses, they stay on brand. So their brand colors, aesthetically, how are they going to look like? Because Instagram, when Instagram was founded, it was founded with pictures, just pictures in mind, with aesthetics in mind. That's why all of these companies that focus on having beautiful pictures and the images do really, really well on Instagram. The beauty industry does excellent job on Instagram. Restaurants does an excellent job as well. And you can be so creative in Instagram. It has so many different tools that you could use and we could explore to make your content interactive and interesting. So they have mostly videos. They mostly share videos, television production. So if you are a small marketing company or you do marketing, showcase your case studies. If you do mostly videos, showcase that so people can take a look. Another thing that they do is showcasing their staff, which is a way to connect with the people that you serve. So I want you to go back to the editorial calendar and just think about what type of information you're going to add, what type of content you're going to add. So I gave you a couple of examples to take a look at, but I want you to take a look at, I know most of you have been doing social media already, except for one person. So I want you to take a look at yourself and how you're going to make it better for yourself moving forward. This exercise that I have here, I'm going to give you more examples, and then we're going to transition this chart into a way that you can manage it a little better. But I just want you to brainstorm on your own and have your own ideas first, and then throughout this webinar, if you think of anything new or an idea or something inspires you, I want you to write it down. So this is the time where we're going to do some brainstorming. We're going to set or do some brainstorming in groups, and I want you to talk about this. So what type of original content that you can create, that's one, and the type of user-generating content that you could share. So let's.
Do you want me to try to do breakouts?
Yes.
How many?
Let me
We
see, how
have
many?
19, 18, so 3.
Yes.
Oh, we just lost a few, so maybe we do 2. Okay.
Okay.
Some folks don't want to go into breakouts.
It's
Oh, all right.
a great way to network with other people.
I know.
Yeah.
All right, so it's gonna assign you automatically to a breakout. There'll be 2 different rooms.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you a couple of minutes to talk about your business, what you have been doing, and also just what type of content you're thinking of sharing.
Do all of you see a message that says go into a breakout room? If you can click on that, that'll move you into the room. Zanibel, do you, so let's see, Leonard, Bonnie, do you see your breakout room option? No? Okay. Zanibel, do you want to move to your breakout? To a room?
Yes, I don't see the option 2. Oh, there it is. Never mind.
Let's see. Oh, you know what? Sorry. Leonard, are you getting the option to move into a room? Hi, Dina. I'm gonna move you into a breakout room, okay? Hi, Christy. We're just waiting for the breakout rooms to end. We'll be coming back in a second, okay? All right, I'm going to close. Not sure how that went, but you're muted, Zanibel.
I loved it. That was awesome. People were talking,
good.
about their businesses and things like that, what they're trying to do and all of that. That's awesome. Okay, great. That's gonna be my new favorite thing now, breakup rooms. So when you're doing content and you want to give digital marketing or social media a shot, you have to be committed. You have to be committed and you can start at least once a week and choose a channel that is right for you. We've seen on our last session which channels are good for a specific demographic and a specific industry. So you choose the channel that is right for you and choose how many times a day. Your time is valuable and it's a resource, so you use it wisely. And there are also a lot of tools that will help you save time, and you can do more. You can schedule things in advance. So you can perhaps on Sundays are your days where you plan out your week, and maybe on Sundays it could be a time that you can schedule all of your posts. All the people that mentioned that they are doing multiples or managing multiple social media channels should be investing in one dashboard where they can manage all of that. So you can save so much time and get other things done, and perhaps spend more time with your family. So hashtags are also part of your content strategy, and that's how users or consumers of social media find a topic that they're interested in. Hashtags was born on Twitter in 2006, and it was born there because a Google scientist who was on Twitter was like, there's so much content, it's so overwhelming. How do I consume and organize content that I care about and that I want to consume? So he started hashtags on Twitter, and hashtag is the number sign. And that's how you organize your content and how people find content. I will show you how to follow content on Instagram using hashtags, and also what particular hashtags you could use for your type of content. These are the amount of hashtags that could categorize your content. So if you are using Pinterest, I saw one person in the chat that said that they're using Pinterest. You use between 2 to 3 hashtags. On Twitter, 1 to 2, and on LinkedIn it's not necessary, but you can use 1. And on LinkedIn, you can also follow hashtags. And Instagram is a little bit crazy, but I'll show you how you can quickly populate hashtags there when you're doing your content. And you have also a little app that comes pre-installed on your iPhone where you can save hashtags under your notes. On Facebook, 1 to 2 hashtags. So I'm going to share one particular. Oh, my phone just finished updating. I'm going to share one of my favorites. One of my favorite hashtag apps is only one because we have a lot to cover. And let me see here. Oh, there it is. It updated itself. It had a black screen for a second. Okay. So there's a particular app that I love, and trust me, I've been through every app possible, and it's called Hashtag Expert. I do pay for this app because it saves me so much time, and it's really effective on organizing hashtags. So if I am, let me see, if I am talking about entrepreneurship, or which I do a lot in my Instagram account, talk about entrepreneurship, or maybe something in marketing, and I want to target, small businesses. I can write small biz or type on the app. I start with small business.
Are you sharing something, Zanibel? Because we can't see it yet.
Oh, yes. I am sharing something. Okay, one moment. Yeah, I have to, okay, let me start. Sorry, guys, it disconnected. Okay, so I am going to share, as we're talking about hashtags. Okay, so hashtags is how you organize information. So I have a very neat app called Hashtag Expert that I love. It's $30 a year, but it saves me a work, especially for Instagram. It saves me a lot of time, and I can also connect with other people that are following hashtags. So if I'm sharing a piece of content and I'm targeting a small businesses, for example, so I am going to add the hashtag small business, and it will populate all the trending hashtags that you have. Small business women. So it can generate hashtags for you, or you can hand pick your hashtags. So you can do hashtags that are tagged less. I like to use hashtags that are tagged less than 1 million times, because then my content gets lost in the shuffle. I like to use hashtags that are tagged less than 100,000 times. And don't worry, I'll show you how you know that. But let's go through this process first. I wanted to share this because it will save you a world of time, especially if you are spending a lot of time on Instagram and trying to figure out hashtags and which hashtag you're going to be using. I like to use a mix of general hashtags in that category, small business women. A lot of my clients are women in business, and they're either own a franchise or their business is making $500,000 or more. So I reach out to women that are in business. So I use that particular hashtag, and then I choose other hashtags that are related to that. I'm just going to choose, the ones that look interesting to me. And then I'm going to add these 5 for now. And then I'm going to go to this little plus sign. And then I'm going to add what are people following, in Boston. So I'm going to make it really specific in the area where I'm doing business, okay? And then I'm going to choose that. And I want you to try this and practice with this. You're going to copy that, and you can save it as well. You can save these hashtags. Okay. So I'm going to put that away for now, so you can take a look, and then we're going to use those hashtags to the post that we're going to create in a moment. So I'm gonna see here. I have to switch sharing from my phone to the back here. So a lot of people, I wanted to mention this because a lot of people are confused about hashtags and why you need hashtags. If you're underperforming in your content, it's because people are not finding you through the Instagram's library, because you are able yourself to follow hashtags as a consumer of content, as a user of Instagram. And I always tell people, the person that actually does my hair and my eyebrows and all of that, I met them through Instagram. I went through a lot of people that were doing hair. I wanted a particular look with the color of my hair. And I found her through a hashtag that all these colorists were using. So it matters. It matters when you use hashtags. So moving on from hashtags on how you organize content, and we're gonna use it. Also think about the posting frequency and the times that you're going to post. Now, this screenshot that I have here, I have read every single, probably in the past 10 years. I've been doing this 15 years since Facebook was born. So I have read probably every single study there has been for like when to post and how much to post. And this is a sample of a study that was made of it was 10 different studies that was combined into one. And what they found is you have to do 1 post per day. And this was back in 2017, and there's like from 1 to 4, that's what you have to do it. And then in Twitter, you have to tweet 15 times a day. And then on Instagram, you have to do at least 2 posts a day. And I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna go crazy. So, but what I found that this no longer applies. Like people were trying to figure it out. There are a lot of marketers are always trying to hack the algorithm. So to get, organic traffic, because, they don't usually, especially influencers and small businesses, they don't want to pay for visibility. So they try to find ways to like hack the system. And, but in reality, all you have to do is look at when your users are active online, and everything is moving towards quality content. So you're actually going to do some microblogging on your Instagram caption, or you do some microblogging on your Facebook. Provide content of value, and don't worry about that you have to post all of these times at this time and all that kind of stuff. And I know that comes to you as a relief. I just want to break myths. And the myth that we broke last week was, don't worry about the amount of followers, worry about the quality of followers. Don't worry this week, don't worry about the posting frequency and time, but worry about when your users are active online. And there's a way that you can find that out, and I'll show you how you can find when your users are active online, so you can schedule your posts around those times. So you have to take a look at, at the form that I gave you when we do this next exercise, and then whatever time that you were posting there, you're gonna change it, because we're gonna see the times when your followers have been active online. The same goes for LinkedIn and Pinterest. So we're going to take a look. Let's find out when your where your followers are, when are their active times. So for those of you, which is like probably 95% of you, have an Instagram account. So open your Instagram account, and I'm going to go back to my phone. I'm going to share my phone, and I'm going to go ahead and share my phone in a second. It makes me come in and out, so I apologize for that, but that's how the system works. So we're gonna go to your Instagram. So when you come in, you're going to be on your home, which is your little house in the bottom left. And then you're gonna go ahead and click the little bubble. There should be your logo, and then you're gonna go to the hamburger icon on the top. The hamburger menu has 3 lines, and then you're gonna go ahead and click on Insights. So you're going to click on your audience, and then you're going to, and by the way, this is how you find out if your customer profile fits your followers. And then you're gonna go all the way to the bottom, and it will tell you the day and the hour that your followers are the most active. So on Tuesdays, my followers are the most active at 3 o'clock. And then when you go into the dashboard, you're going to share, and you're gonna schedule that time. If you want your followers to see that information that you're trying to share, you're gonna schedule it around that time. So you're gonna go through it, and you have the form that I gave you, and you have your hopefully you're writing things down. So I want to give you a couple of minutes, okay, to go ahead and write Monday the time, Tuesday the time, Wednesday, Thursday, so on and so forth. So I'm gonna give you some time to take a look at when your followers are online. When are their active times, particularly on Instagram, because most of you are there. So we're going to share that. So for those of you that need me to do it one more time, so you're going to go ahead and open your Instagram. You're going to go to this, let me move this real quick, this item to the side. Be crazy. So you're gonna go ahead into your icon. It should be your logo. You're going to go to the hamburger menu. You're gonna go ahead into Insights. You're gonna click on your followers, and then you're gonna go ahead and go all the way down, and you will see the times where the most active times for your followers. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and reduce this and then go back here. Okay. So that will give you an idea on when to schedule. Okay. I want you to always remember that consistency and quality content is more important than frequency. You don't have to post every day. If you post 3 times a day at the times where your followers are the most active and you are providing them with quality content, that is awesome. That is great. You will acquire quality followers that they will stay with you and they will stay part of your community, because you are building a community. You're not just, and you have to be jealous of people that are part of that community. You cannot just accept anyone to be part of it. So make sure that your content is quality content, that you're consistent, that if you promise them that every Friday you're going to do a live video at a certain time, that you are there for them. So I'm going to share some content tools with you. There's so many, but I'm going to share the ones that I enjoy the most, and I'm sure that most of you enjoy as well. I saw a whole list of people that are using Canva. Some of you have downloaded Canva, but haven't used it yet. So this is a time for you to open your app and be able to use it. So I'm gonna go over these, and then I'm gonna go back and start sharing and generating content. So if you want to follow along with me, and you already downloaded the apps from the beginning when I asked to download these apps, make sure that you have the Canva, that you have Ripple, and that you also have Hootsuite. I'm going to share other applications, but we're only going to do it on the desktop. But for now, we're going to explore Canva. Now, all of these applications have a free version. With the free version, you have many different types of limitations. And one of them is, if you are creating a piece of content, it will probably have their logo there, or a watermark of their logo. If you want that removed, then you have to, go up and buy the professional one. I do have for the Canva and Ripple the paid version, so I have access to thousands of images that are all I could use. They're copyrighted images. You have to make sure that all of the images that you use, they're either original or you're paying for them, or they can be reused in these apps, because they're cracking down on people that are taking images from Google and using them on their website or on their social media. And I'm telling you, I learned the hard way. I started my business from the very beginning. I didn't know all these things that I know now. And I learned through not only studying, but also through personal experience. And we were dinged for one image that I used 10 years ago. We did a project for George Lopez, and the photographer didn't give us the written permission to showcase his picture, and we showcase our video. And he charged us $1,500 for one picture. And if we didn't pay him, we were going to go to court. And I had to pay him for one picture of George Lopez, $1,500, although I worked on that project. And I don't want that to happen to you. That's a lot of money for a small business. And I was, during that time, I was, because when I graduated from Boston College, all I wanted to do is be a content creator for video. That's it. So all of the graphics, that you see on Canva, that you see on Ripple, all of those things, I know how to build and make professionally. But you have the opportunity that these creative people have built this app for you, so you can use it yourself. And you can use a library of copyrighted, they're free to use images and video. So don't lose sight of that opportunity. But I always tell everyone, all my clients and people that I teach, please invest. And sometimes it's very minimal. Some photographers that are starting charge between $250 and maybe $500 for a set of professional pictures for you, for your business. Do that investment if you can, with original images if you can. If you can't, then you can use images on Canva and Ripple. You have Adobe Spark that is also have a free version. Most of them are between $10 to $13, $15 with the content tools that are for you. Pablo by Buffer is if your brand is like very minimalistic and very clean and very, perhaps it's kind of techy, then you can use Pablo by Buffer. It's on the web and it's free. Also, GoDaddy acquired Over, which is another tool that you can create flyers, posters, and also you can create, if you're just starting, you can create a logo. It's available for desktop. And you also have on most of us are iPhone users. Most of them use iPhone. So you will have you can create and edit videos with iMovie. This iMovie is also available on the web, and you can edit videos on the tip of your finger. So we're going to do photos and videos on using Canva and Ripple first. So I'm gonna go ahead and if you want to follow with me, if you want to open the application, I'm going to share my phone so we can start doing it from the phone. And I'm going to go ahead and share with you.
And I'll just, if any of you have questions along the way, just raise your hand, and using the reactions button at the bottom, if you click on the little smiley face at the bottom, there's a hand. Just click on that so that I can see you and I can unmute you.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and share my phone. Okay. So I'm going to open Canva. So I know why most of you love love Canva. There's an in-app. You can also do in-app purchases on Canva, where if you really like an image, you can buy it from them. So you have a variety of designs. If you want to do an Instagram post or a story, or you want to create a logo, or maybe do some animated posts, you can do it here. You can just click on the design and start building. You can also, on your lower right hand corner, there's a plus sign. You can also start creating a design using the plus sign as well, and you can choose the type of content that you want to create. So we want to click on the Instagram post. So we want to search. We can search a template, and you also can filter templates in this little icon right here. You can apply filters to your templates. I usually do not do that. I just go through the list of templates that we have here and start creating one. So I'm going to go ahead and choose one of the templates. And on the bottom, one moment, I have the menu of the Zoom where I need to click. Let me move this up somewhere. Okay, so you can replace your images. I'm gonna add I'm gonna delete. You can also, when you double click on an image or item that you don't want, you can remove it and it will highlight it. You can do this all with your finger. You can highlight it and then you can click on delete. So delete the image and the frame. You with your with one of your fingers, you can also, when you click on the text, you can change the text as well. By the way, this is that's me, and that's one of my co-hosts for a show that I was launching before the pandemic for Facebook and YouTube. I'll share that with you too. So I'm gonna put the name. And I can say, join us this Thursday. I can change on the bottom. You can change the colors too. If you scroll to the left, you see the different options that you have for font size and a font color. And you can also buy fonts. See this little crown here? It means that you're able, if you like that font, you can buy it. Something very amazing with these apps, like all these creators, they can also there are people that dedicate their whole lives in creating special fonts, and they sell their license to these companies. But if you really are particular and like a particular font because it looks great with your brand, then you can make an in-app purchase and buy that font. But if you don't mind to use other fonts because they have different types of fonts, then you can. And I'm changing the font at the bottom, by the way. So let's say that I don't really like the font at the top. You can also change the font in the top to another type of font that you can read a little bit better. You can also move this around. And you can also change the color. And I have a couple, I have different colors here. They were there from before. So I have my brand colors, and then I have my nonprofit. I have a nonprofit. So I have a choose that color of my nonprofit, which is orange red. So I'm gonna change that. And you can start tweaking things around. You can animate it. You can make it come in. Fade. So I like this one, how it comes in through there. And if you, I'm gonna delete the top, and I'm just going to leave the name. Delete some things in the bottom. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead, and you see this share icon on the top. So it is telling me, do you want to share it on your Instagram personal or Instagram for business? So I like to save it in my phone. So I have to save it on my phone because I'm gonna go ahead and share in other places with you. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue editing, and then I'm also going to share. If you haven't connected, you can connect your Canva with your Facebook, and you just follow along with the posting. But I'm going to share later on in another tool. So I saved it in my phone, but you can go ahead and connect with your personal Instagram or your business Instagram. When you want to connect with, when you connect it to your Instagram, then you choose whether you want to be a story or a feed. When we chose this template, we chose this template as a post, so it should be in the feed, because if you put it in the story, then it will be cropped, and the story should be vertical, should be a vertical. So we're going to go ahead and click on the feed. We're going to click next. We're going to click next again, and it's highlighting where is it going to post. So I'm not going to post it there. I'm going to post it, you know, in this one. So I'm going to go ahead and write my caption. And then add, you know, my hashtags. I'm going to go ahead and copy these from the app that I mentioned before, and I'm going to paste that. How sweet is that? You don't have to write every single hashtag. I'm just going to keep it short and simple because we have a lot of other things that we have to cover. And then you can tag people, add your location, and then click on share. I'm not going to share it right now because it'll drive my design team nuts. They have a thing going on with that account. But that's how you do it. So I saved the copy on my phone, so I can show you how you can do it with the other platforms when you are about to add it into your social management platforms. So that's Canva. So I'm gonna go ahead. Any questions on Canva? I know many of you have been using Canva. So that's a good thing. Only one of you had it installed and weren't using it. So we're gonna go ahead and go to Ripple, which it looks like this, and we're gonna open that one up. This one's my favorite, I guess, because it has a lot of movement video, and I come from a background of graphics and video production and all of that. And it just I enjoy Ripple first better, but it doesn't mean that it's better, or it means that it just kind of like fits my style. So we're going to, obviously when you open Ripple, it's not going to have anything, so you're going to go ahead and click on the plus sign. And I'm gonna, I don't know, write something. I'm gonna write test here. I'm gonna add what I have created. You can trim the videos here as well on Ripple. And I'm gonna go ahead and discard this and show you how to, on the top, you can search for a template. You have Instagram quotes, new products and services. We're hiring. You have so many different things here, but I want to be able to share something with you here. Oops, excuse me. On Ripple, I connected my Dropbox, so you can connect your Dropbox to Ripple and or your Google Drive, and you can create a slideshow with it. So I'm going to go ahead and add maybe how to drink. And join us this weekend. So I don't really like how that came out. So you can go ahead and click on more the templates that are here are like one of my favorite templates that I use over and over again. And I can just select one, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna go ahead and teach you how you can just choose another type of template. So you have on the top, you have the templates that are new and popular. You have templates that you can create slideshows with it, or collages, banners, or maybe you want your design to be clean and simple, or you want to launch a promotion for a holiday. So we're going to create, we're going to attempt to create a slideshow, and I'll show you how to create a slideshow in one moment. So I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna ask you, do you want to replace the existing content that you have? Because remember, I chose a drink. I'm promoting a drink. So I'm gonna just combine it. You can have a static. You can change it from static to from animated to static if you just want, if you just want to have just an image that doesn't move, you can do that as well. Or if you just want to have something that it's more animated. So I have templates that I have chosen of my own. Now, when you have a product, you shouldn't have a lot of when you are selling a product, you shouldn't have a lot of text. The less text, the better, especially when you're in a restaurant. You want to showcase the drink, and let's say that you have this special drink for Valentine's, although this drink looks more like a for the how do you say that this holiday con el duende verde.
St. Patrick's.
Yeah, el duende verde. Yeah, it was a St. Patrick drink. So join us this weekend, and you created your own St. Patrick drink, and you made it animated. You can also add music to it. So maybe you are into that mood of adding music, and this music is royalty free, so you can use it. And you add a little bit of music, and then when you're happy, you can choose whether you want a full HD. Full HD takes a little bit of more time and more space on your phone. 720p on videos on the phone still look great. So I'll choose 720p, and it'll automate hashtag for you, but you don't need to use that. So we're going to, share your thoughts, but I'm just gonna put test there because we still have still have more things to share with you. So you're going to schedule your post. When do you want it to go out? You're gonna save it, and it's gonna schedule it there for you. And then you choose which accounts you want to share it. And then you're gonna click on the top schedule, and it'll schedule it for you. There's so many things that you could do here with video, especially since video is almost 90% of search, and it's interactive, and technology is graduating very gradually out of video into virtual reality and augmented technology and all that. So you guys need to adopt video as soon as you can into because technology moves a little bit quickly, but video is the way to go. If you are choosing between an image, text, or video, choose video if you can. And if you are artistic and love this kind of stuff, it's awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave this. I'm gonna X out of here. Another thing that I like is that when you click on brand settings, you can set your logo and your brand colors, and all of that. It's before you post, you can set it that all of the templates have your brand colors. So that's something very neat as well. This is a little video that I created years ago. Video slideshow. So you can create slideshows and all that here. So I want you to start practicing this week with this application and have fun. I'm gonna stop that one, and then I'm gonna go ahead and share others. Oh, I have to do it quickly. Oh my goodness. Let me go here. Oh, it's not letting me share the slide for some reason. Let me see here. Okay, let me open. Do you see the slide? Back to the slide.
No, not yet.
Okay. I'm gonna share. Okay, do you see the slide now? Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and there's so many different social media management tools. And one of the things that I want you to get out of this is that you'll see a lot of articles saying, oh, yeah, this one's better. The other one is, the best. But to be honest with you, you choose the one that best fits your needs. If you need more than one user or you have a team of people of 10, then choose the dashboard or the platform that will accommodate a group of 10 people, and that will give you the most of your money, and that it has a easy to navigate user interface. And that will provide you reports. So what I added here, user profiles, reports, and user interface, is what you're going to be looking for where you're trying to decide of a social media management tool. So we're going to take a look at how you post on Hootsuite. Also, all of these tools and platforms have a cost. And the only platform that do not have a cost, that is totally free, is Facebook Creator Studio. And I'm going to show you how that looks like quickly, so you can take a look. So with Hootsuite, you have 2 free accounts. So before it used to be 3, so I am grandfathered into 3 accounts. So the way that so when you open Hootsuite, you won't see any stream. And the way that you add a stream is you go ahead and click on add stream on the top. Once you added or connected your social network, and you'll be able to see everything in one dashboard. You will see your Twitter feed, your LinkedIn feed, and you can go ahead and create content or add content into your dashboard. So we're going to go ahead and start scheduling content. This little flag on the top is an icon for your Facebook page, your business Facebook page. So when you click on, let me do it again, on start scheduling. So you're going to add, your description for what you're going to share. So, and the neat part about this is that if you're promoting an event, you can click on all of your accounts and promote the event and just do it one time, instead of having like all these tabs open, and then do it over and over again. It just takes so much time and effort. And it'll tell you here, it'll count the characters just to make sure that you don't go above. And if you do, particularly for Twitter, we have to watch out for Twitter, then all you have to do is just uncheck Twitter, and you can do Twitter separately. So here you can drag and drop your designs and your files, or you can browse. Most of these platforms have like free images that you could use. So you can add an image there, or you can upload your flyer. If you downloaded your flyer from your email, you can just select, to upload from your download folder, and just upload your flyer there. So I have the flyer for this event, and I can do the flyer, for the event, and I can talk about it there, and it'll post at the same time. It'll schedule it at the same time for me. On the bottom, it'll say schedule for later. So I can, if I don't have time, I can schedule it for later. I can choose the time, and I'm done. So it's a really great way to save time. Okay. I'm going to discard this post because I'm just showing you how you could do it and how the user interface looks like. You can work in teams here. The form that I gave you at the beginning and last week, you can start populating all of that here on the publisher in your calendar. And also you can assign tasks to your team members. So that's a separate, you can upgrade your plan to do that. My team members like to use the Facebook creator suite because it's easier for us to use, because we manage mostly Facebook and Instagram accounts. And this is, right here, the Facebook Creator Studio. Let me see here. You go to facebook.com Creator Studio, and here you can post on Facebook and on Instagram. And you can see it, and it's showcased like which accounts do you want to post. You can create a post, see insights the same way. You can add ideas into your calendar, and you can set up your schedule all of your times when you're creating. You can create a feed or post on Instagram TV. So when you're creating new, it'll give you a list of what is it that you want to do. So I'm going to create a post. I like this better. It doesn't mean that it's the best, but if you are doing Instagram and Facebook, then this is awesome because you don't have to pay anything. And the other ones, if you want to do like Instagram, if you want to do Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn, then you can transition into a third party, which will be, Hootsuite. Hootsuite, it has a mobile app. Creator Studio, the mobile app of the Creator Studio is a little bit buggy. It only lets you upload and schedule on Facebook. So I rather use the dashboard for this. So again, if you only want to focus your time on Facebook and Instagram, you can use the Creator Studio. You don't have to pay anything. If you want to schedule across multiple platforms, then you can use others like Buffer, Hootsuite, and we have so many. But again, when you're deciding on which one, just make sure that you take, and I know some of you are here because of your employer. So just, I'll leave it up so you can take a picture. So make sure that you take a look at how many users are going to be using it in your team, who's going to have what responsibility, who's going to be the content writer, the content producer, who's going to look at the analytics. You also have the amount of profiles. You have the reports. You're looking at, okay, does it customize reports? If you're a small marketing agency, maybe you do want, a platform that customizes reports with your logo on it. And it's the user interface easy to use for your liking. So you can take a look at all of these and decide for yourself if the price that you're paying makes sense to you and your team. Again, it doesn't, I'm not saying that one is better than the other. I'm just letting you know that these are the things that you'll be looking for before you decide on what tools is best for you. So we also have Constant Contact, and also we don't want to forget Freddie from MailChimp. MailChimp went into a massive transformation. They're now literally in direct competition with Constant Contact. I've been using Constant Contact since 2005. And throughout my time with Constant Contact, I've seen it develop and grow into what it is today. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how the user interface looks like, so you can familiarize yourself with it. And they also offer, let me see here. thought I had this open. They do not only do email marketing, which, you know, your followers, the next step when, you know, for your followers is to migrate to your, to subscribe to your emails, because that's the only way that your followers are truly yours. They're not, you know, when Instagram was down multiple times in 2019 and people were going crazy. So what do? You know, your contact list is on Facebook or Instagram. So you have to make sure that you kind of transition them to subscribe. And that's one of your action items, you know, your call to action, subscribe to our newsletter and you receive, you know, X, Y, and Z. But they added section here called social, and under the social tab, you will see the create button on your upper right-hand corner, right? And you're going to create a social post. You can also create ads here. We're going to talk about ads at the end of the whole series. Is the last one. So you're going to choose your social profile. You're going to, again, you know, write your content. You're going to add your image, and then you're going to post. You want to post now, or on the top right, on the top left corner here, you can do the toggle, and it'll turn blue, and then you can schedule it for later. So all of these systems have a way that you can schedule your post to save time. So just make sure that when you are exploring which platform to use, so you can save time, that you take a look at the items that the parameters that I mentioned before, how many, you know, people are going to have access to it, you know, and the amount of team members that are going to be using it. Does it have the reports and analytics that you need? You know, is how many polls also it gives you, because Hootsuite, they changed their business model on how many polls you can have. So if you have the free version, before they used to give you 30 posts a month, now they give you 5 posts a month, and then in the paid version is unlimited. So it depends, you know, on what you're trying to do. In MailChimp, with MailChimp, I was managing MailChimp for a client last summer, and then they transferred to they purchased a CRM system, internal CRM system that came with their own mailing system and marketing systems and all that stuff. So they phased out of MailChimp, but MailChimp last summer did not have an option to schedule anything. And they have transformed themselves into a full-blown dashboard, similar to Constant Contact, like digital dashboard that you can do, you know, not only your all of your digital marketing as far as like the e-newsletters, but you can do all of your marketing items in there. I'm gonna show you how it looks like real quick.
Zanibel, we have just 4 minutes.
Okay. Oops. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go in there, but it'll show you on what it does. So if you see MailChimp, you can manage your audience. You have your insights and analytics. You can, oh my gosh, market your entire business. Is a direct competition to Constant Contact. You can do this similar things with Constant Contact, but at a reduced price. So it all depends on your budget. So these other systems that we have here, and I only have a few minutes, but I wanted to mention them anyways. When you know what you want, you have different types of management tools like Trello, Asana, and Task. We use Task, and I have a few minutes to show you how it looks like. And This is where we create different ideas for posting. So it's in Spanish because this is a client that has a Latin American restaurant. So we put our ideas here. We put ideas for design. We put the content that what we're gonna write. All of our team members are here to the right-hand corner, and we're like connecting with each other constantly. So when you're ready, you can work in teams using these project management tasks. So when you're ready, not everything should be the same. You know, we have an example of the Credit One Bank, where they have for each of the social media platforms different objectives. So for Facebook, it's for financial education, Twitter, for news and updates about Credit One. For Instagram, they have exciting things happening at the bank. And for YouTube, that welcomes in-depth videos. They have in-depth videos about tips and tricks and helpful advice. So just take it one day at a time. When you're comfortable with one platform, move to the next. Don't stress yourself out. I met the former head of multicultural marketing at Google, and one of the questions that we had is like, oh my goodness, there's so many things going on. What do we do? And she was talking about all the wonderful things about YouTube. You know, it's just take it one step at a time, develop one platform before you develop the next. So that's it, guys. I hope this session was useful to you. Just develop one platform. When you feel comfortable with it, move on to the next one. And I hope that the tools that we shared with you today are useful for you guys in the future. I need you to audit what you have been doing in the past to make things better for you and get the clients that you need. And I want to quickly mention that the winner for this week's $25 Amazon gift card is Romina Wilmer, founder of RW Consulting and My Health Fair. She mentioned that she was going to be here today, and I'll complete
She had to
the
go.
survey.
She had to go, so we can email her.
Okay, then no problem. So I'm going to send you guys the survey. It's 7:30, so I'm gonna share it in the chat so you guys can have a chance to win as well. $25 Amazon gift cards. I know that you guys have you know, the shopping itch from 2020 that doesn't stop for Amazon. So I shared the survey there that you guys can fill out.
It's not in the chat yet.
Oh, I put it. Okay, let me see here. It's okay, everyone. Oh, here we go. I sent it to one person. Okay, there it is. Everyone has the survey. Make sure you fill that out and join us for next time. Organic reach on Instagram and Facebook, since that are your top 2 platforms that you use. Thank you so much, you guys.
Have a good night.
Good night.